All right. Welcome to another Quizzing and Quarantine. Sadly, tonight, the word quarantine is more true than it has been for the last couple of weeks, and we'll get to that in a second. But hopefully, hopefully everyone can hear me and see me. I feel like the light might be a little dim. I might need to up the lighting a bit. But welcome. Hopefully, everyone can get settled and is able to access the link that I included in the chat, which is the link to tonight's score sheet. Welcome. If you're brand new to tonight, I'll explain the rules in just a little bit and what it is that you need to know before we kick off trivia. But we'll give it another 4 or 5 minutes. Lighting is good. Okay, good to know. And you can hear me clearly. Man, we're already ahead of the game. Today's turning around. We'll explain the rules in just a minute and then get started. If you're wondering, I know the last couple weeks I was telling you, and I was being honest, that I was efforting to do a sober November, which worked out until about mid-November, and then I was dabbling a bit, and then after today, I do have one of my partakes in the fridge from last week, which is the non-alcoholic beer, but instead I'm back to my IPAs. I felt like after today and after this week, sometimes you just can't fight the feeling, and I just needed to revert back to my comfort food, which is IPAs. So tonight, if you're wondering, I think it's the second time this brewery has made an appearance on Quizzing and Quarantine. I'm drinking, and actually the glass is from the brewery as well. It's from Dominion Brewery, Dominion City Brewery in Ottawa. I was there a couple weeks ago, picked up a winter's worth of beer and some swag as well, including this glass. So if you are in the Ottawa area or anywhere in Ontario, they actually deliver for $10. And I'm a big fan of this brewery, especially their IPs and their double IPAs. And I highly recommend it. They've got really cool branding, and the folks who run it seem to be really great people, and highly recommend it. So that's not to say, though, I'm not fully in support of Steam Whistle, which is a huge supporter of Drinking and Thinking. We'll get to them in a second. If I wasn't drinking Dominion City, I'd be drinking Steam Whistle. But we'll talk about Steam Whistle a little bit when we get to our prizes for the evening. All right, we got about 94 people tuning in so far. We'll wait for a couple more seconds, a couple more minutes before we kick off the night. If you're not up on the news, or if you're lucky enough to not live in this part of the country, in Toronto, you may not have heard that we in this city and in our neighboring region of Peel have reverted back. I shouldn't even say reverted back, because this is the first time that we're now in the gray zone, which is a new tiered color system that the province has rolled out to indicate severity of COVID threat levels and lockdowns. And we are now, or are about to be as of Monday at 12:01 a.m. in a full-on lockdown again here in Ontario, meaning no patios, no in-store shopping unless it's an essential store like a grocery store or a drugstore or a hardware store. So it feels like we've taken a giant leap backwards. The one silver lining of this, though, is that it provides the perfect conducive environment to trivia, because there's really nothing extra to do on the evenings, at least in this part of the province, in Toronto or in Peel. And I have a feeling the way this province is headed, other regions will be joining us in the gray zone at some point. Anyway, enough of that. I don't want to talk too much about COVID tonight, as is our kind of rule, right? No COVID, no Trump talk. Just good old-fashioned nerdy trivia. So here are the rules. And hi to everybody joining on the chat. Hi, Kathy and David. Good to see you. The rules are as such. It is an honor system that we abide by here on Quizzing and Quarantine. So while I have included the link to the score sheet, you are responsible for writing down your answers, and you are responsible for recording your scores. And after every 2 rounds, you can upload your scores into the Google Doc that I've sent a link to, and I'll send a link to it again when we get to the first part of the evening where you're required to enter a score. Also tonight, I thought I'd give this a try. I'll add this into the chat as well. I was at a loss for what, last week, some people were calling for the return of our before and after questions. Others were texting me asking for a return of the music round. So tonight, and maybe we'll do this going forward, I'm not sure, but tonight there's a viewer's choice category. So in the chat right now, I will add a link to a straw poll that I created. You can only choose one, Sarah, sorry. Music round or before and after this week. Maybe we'll bring some others back another week, but check out that straw poll. I've never used this service before, so if it spams you or gives you malware, I apologize, I have no idea. But check that out. But it's great to see so many people logging on. We're up to already 105 viewers. Every week we seem to be increasing a little bit. And next week, I can't believe, is our final week of our November sweeps. But maybe there will be some announcements to come next week. So about the future of quizzing and quarantine. Anyway, I think that is everything you need to know. Am I leaving anything out? That is correct, Jennifer. Yeah, for the music round, I should explain that. For the music round, what happens is I read lyrics from a song, and you have to write down the song title and the artist. You get a half point for each. The before and after round is a little more cryptic. It's similar to the before and after that you may have seen on Jeopardy or on Wheel of Fortune. I give you kind of a cryptic riddle, and you have to figure out what words or phrases, two words or phrases that are not really connected other than they have at least 3 letters that match up in the middle of them that make it a before and after. So you can vote for what you want to see. People are already voting. It's close. We've got 32 votes for before and after, and 20 votes for the music round. So keep those votes coming in. We'll keep that open. That'll be the 5th round of the night. 6 rounds tonight of trivia. All right, that is pretty much, I think, everything you need to know in order to start the evening. And we're now about 7 minutes after 8 o'clock here in the Eastern time zone. Welcome to those playing in other time zones around the world. But that's pretty much everything you need to know. Stop the count, yeah. Alberta, very nice. Welcome from Alberta. All right, we will get underway then. The first round of the night, as it is every week, is things I think you should know. 10 random knowledge trivia questions, each question worth a point. Each question coming from the Bible, Mackay's Big Book of Trivia. Some good questions tonight, I think. I think you'll enjoy these 10 random knowledge trivia questions. As I mentioned, each question worth a single point. Here we go. Question number 1. On TV's The Simpsons, what is Milhouse's last name? On TV's The Simpsons, what is Milhouse's last name? Question number 2. The city of Paris is divided into 20 different administrative districts, known as what? The city of Paris is divided into 20 different administrative districts or neighborhoods. What are those administrative districts known as? Question number 3. What was the name of the US Airways airline captain who safely landed an Airbus A320 on New York's Hudson River? You need to know this person's first name and last name. Again, question number 3. What was the name of the US Airways captain who safely landed an Airbus A320 on the Hudson River in New York City? Question number 4. In what country did Gorgonzola cheese originate? Question number 4, things I think you should know. In what country did Gorgonzola cheese originate? Question number 5. According to the committee, this American won the Nobel Prize for Peace in 1919 for, quote, his crucial role in establishing the League of Nations. Who is he? Question number 5. According to the committee, this American won the Nobel Prize for Peace in 1919 for his, quote, crucial role in establishing the League of Nations. Who is he? Question number 6. Smallpox is eradicated, Lake Placid, New York hosts the Winter Olympics, and legendary film director Alfred Hitchcock passes away. What year is it? I will admit this is a tough one, a bit of a stab in the dark, but hopefully some of these things will narrow the years down for you and you can take a guess. Number 6 again. Smallpox is eradicated, Lake Placid, New York hosts the Winter Olympics, and legendary filmmaker Alfred Hitchcock passes away. What year is it? Question number 7. What is the name of the official who initiates the call to prayer in the world of Islam? Question number 7. What is the name of the official who initiates the call to prayer in the world of Islam? Question number 8, every week is a Know Your News question. It's a question from the news cycle from the last 7 days, except not news that actually matters. We try to focus on lighter stuff, especially right now. And this question, I will admit, probably doesn't matter, but maybe you know it. Twitter this week announced a new type of social media post. What is that type of post called? Again, Twitter this week announced a new type of social media post. What is that type of post called? Question number 9. To what U.S. state does the island of Martha's Vineyard belong? Ryan Downey, you're a loyal quizzing and quarantine drinker and thinker. You shouldn't be making these kind of rookie mistakes writing answers in the group chat. Look at Jacob with his mod role, though, jumping in there and deleting the post. Again, question number 9, things I think you should know. To what U.S. state does the island of Martha's Vineyard belong? And finally, What Tony Award-winning musical opens with the song, I Hope I Get It? Question number 10. What Tony Award-winning musical opens with the song, quote, I Hope I Get It? Those are the 10 questions in round number 1. I will read each question very quickly one more time, just to in case you want them repeated, and then we'll go on to round number 2. Here again is question number 1. On TV's The Simpsons, what is Milhouse's last name? Question number 2. The city of Paris is divided into 20 different administrative districts known as what? Question number 3. Name the US Airways captain who safely landed an Airbus A320 on New York's Hudson River. Question number 4 rather. In what country did Gorgonzola cheese originate? Question number 5. According to the committee, this American won the Nobel Prize for Peace in the year 1919 for his, quote, crucial role in establishing the League of Nations. Who is he? Question number 6. Smallpox is eradicated. Lake Placid, New York hosts the Winter Olympics. And legendary filmmaker Alfred Hitchcock dies. What year is it? Question number 7. What is the name of the official who initiates the call to prayer in the world of Islam? Question number 8. Twitter announced this week the debut of a new type of social media post. What is the name of that type of post? Question number 9. To what US state does the island of Martha's Vineyard belong? And finally, what Tony Award-winning musical opens with the song, I Hope I Get It? Those are the 10 questions that make up round number 1. Don't do anything yet with your scores. Keep those. We're not going to take up the answers just yet. Instead, what we're going to do is move on to round number 2. It's the 10. Tonight, I feel like this is a round that you can probably manage in 6 minutes. So sometimes we give more time tonight, just 6 minutes for this round. And here's the 10 tonight. I felt like I really don't think there's any, with the Masters over last week, correct me if I'm wrong, there's no sports on TV right now really worth watching. I could be wrong. But thinking back to happier days when we had world-class sporting events to watch, I thought I'd ask a question about the Olympics. So this is the question this week, and you'll have 6 minutes. I'll put it on the clock to answer. Based on combined medal counts, this is all gold, silvers, and bronzes. Since the beginning of the modern Olympiad back in 1896, I believe, name the 10 countries that have won the most number of medals, both in combined summer and winter games. And a caveat here, I know people will ask this. If a country no longer ceases to exist, don't include it on the list. I'm looking just for countries that are still in existence. Therefore, USSR, East Germany, some of those countries that are no longer in existence, they cannot be included on the list. So you're going to have 6 minutes to begin. Oh, people are, yeah, soccer. Okay, fine. There are some. Okay, I'm just saying. I know I would get chirped if I said that. But I'm looking maybe through a North American lens, which is maybe not fair. Good question, Steve. Their successor states do not inherit their medal counts. However, don't let that deter you, if you know what I mean. Like, don't include, like, let's say there was, I don't know. I'm confused. I'm gonna confuse you, but don't think too heavily into that. But just don't include like Germany and West Germany, if you know what I mean. All right, 6 minutes on the clock, starting now. Name the countries that have won the most combined medals at the Olympic Games, which I'll be honest is pretty much the same if I had done this list based on just gold medal wins. Almost virtually the same list, if that helps you. 6 minutes on the clock. Checking on the time. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to answer this question. Name the 10 countries who, since the beginning of the modern Olympiad, have won the most combined medals. That's bronze, silver, and gold in both winter and summer games. 20 seconds left to complete this round. And then you've got to put your pens down. All right, that is time. Time to put down your pens and time for us to take up the answers from the first 2 rounds of trivia. We'll start with the start with the things I think you should know, the random knowledge trivia round. Keep in mind, every correct answer in this round earns you a single point. Here we go. Question number 1. I asked on TV's The Simpsons, what is Milhouse's last name? The answer, Van Houten. Van Houten, like the coffee, I think. Van Houten is number 1. Number 2. In Paris, the city is divided into 20 different administrative districts or neighborhoods. What are those? What are those districts called? Arrondissements. Arrondissement is the answer to question number 2. Question number 3. The question was, what was the captain's name of the U.S. Airways jet that landed safely on the Hudson River in New York City back, I believe, in 2009, maybe? Sully Sullenberger. Sully Sullenberger, the correct answer for question number 3. Question number 4, in what country did Gorgonzola cheese originate? That would be Italy. Question number 5, what American won the Nobel Prize in 1919 for his work establishing the League of Nations? He was president at the time. Woodrow Wilson is the correct answer. Woodrow Wilson. Okay, I will. Did you actually know his real first name? I will accept Sully is the name I was thinking of. Sully Sullenberger. You might be right. He might have a different birth name. If you know that and you're actually correct, I'll give you a point as well. But if you're just being a shit disturber, tonight's not the night. Chesky, I think you're right. It is something like that. All right, moving on. Question number 6. Smallpox is eradicated. Lake Placid hosts the Olympics, and Alfred Hitchcock passes away. All those 3 things happened in the year 1980. 1980. Question number 7. What is the name of the official who initiates the call to prayer in the world of Islam? Muezzin. A muezzin is the person who initiates the call to prayer. If you're wondering about spelling, it's Muezzin. Question number 8, the Know Your News question. What new social media type of posts that no one asked for and no one wants, and yet some people are latching onto? Did Twitter launch this week? That new social media post is called a fleet because it's a tweet, but it's fleeting because it deletes after 24 hours. Again, the social media platform that no one actually wanted or needed. And question number 9, to what U.S. state does the island of Martha's Vineyard belong? It's on the East Coast in New England. It's Massachusetts. Massachusetts. And finally, last question in the round. What Tony Award-winning musical begins with the song, I Hope I Get It? It's a bunch of actors and dancers lining up in an audition to be members of a chorus line. A chorus line is the name of the musical. I'm not really following along with the chat because my computer's far away. Can you challenge? It doesn't surprise me that it's you, Abdullah, trying to challenge. I mean, listen, I don't practice Islam. My understanding, I'm sure an imam could probably initiate a call to prayer as well, but an imam is a bit of a broader. I was looking for the person whose sole responsibility is to initiate the call to prayer. So I will at this point say no, that I was looking for a muezzin, not a imam. All right, moving on to round number 2, the 10. Each of these correct countries is also worth a point in this round. I was going to put a bonus question in too. Maybe I'll put it later. I had a good bonus question related to this topic, and I forgot to ask you that question. Anyway, here we go. These are the top, and I'll start at the top of the list. That's a little more obvious, and then work my way down. These are the countries that, throughout the duration of the Olympics, have won the most medals. Here we go. The U.S. is number 1. Number 2, United Kingdom. Number 3, Germany. Number 4, France. Number 5, Italy. Number 6, Sweden. Number 7, China. Number 8, Russia. Number 9, Norway. And number 10, believe it or not, Australia. Country number 11 is Canada. Here we go again. I'll repeat this list one more time. Again, you get a single point per correct answer. United States, United Kingdom, Germany, France, Italy, Sweden, China, Russia, Norway, Australia. Countries that were close but do not earn you a point: Canada, number 11, Hungary, number 12, Japan, number 13, and Finland, number 14. And that list is pretty much identical if we were looking at just gold medals. It's pretty much the same countries, but just with a couple different orders. All right. Yeah, I'll save my bonus point question for a little later because it is a good one. It ties well to this. Spam. I want to bring back the scavenger hunt question. I just haven't given myself a lot of time to think of good scavenger hunt questions, so I gotta work on that. If I can think of a good one before the end of the round, maybe I'll inject it. But before I do that, what I'm going to ask you to do right now is please click on the link, which I can share again, for the score sheet, and head into the Google Doc. If you've not done so yet, I see a number of teams already, more than 30 teams have done so. But if you have not done it, input your scores. Thanks, everybody, getting some good scores inputted already. Oh, you guys are doing well tonight. Holy. Give you a couple more seconds to input scores if you haven't done it yet. It's nice to see so many repeat customers coming back every week. All right, I will start reading the answers. That doesn't mean it's, you can still input your scores if you've not done so yet, but we've got a lot of teams already, 56 teams. And here we go. Here are the teams that are joining us tonight in no particular order. Actually, in order of people who got their shit together and inputted their scores. We have Katrina and the Second Waves, aka Otrivia Munn. First place team in brackets pending lawsuits in Georgia, Arizona, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. Well done, that's not bad. Billy Ray Virus, good too. Dirty Burt 30. Tit Soup for the Quarantine Soul. Second last, RBC Not the Bank. Trivia Lassies, the dog, A Case of the Mondays, Livin' La Vida Lockdown, Team Off Balance, Big Brian Academy, Lockdown 2, Electric Boogaloo, Dolly Parton for Secretary of State, I can get behind that, COVID 69, Honey Wagon Swampers, widespread voter fraud in the straw poll, perhaps, We Love Laura, who doesn't, 50 Shades of Grey Zone, Portal Pilgrims, Lame Duck a la Orange, Threat Level Midnight, Rudai Juliki Ani, not bad, Walking Crovids, Russian Desmonds, The Last Pogors, Cabin Fever Fight Club, Lockdown Dragout, We Don't Know Jack, D's Nuts, Lockdown Dragout again, You're a Quizzard Harry, 469 Cashdale Mafia, Rainbow Super Friends, what is this? Plurortis Asterius, I probably bungled that name. Monocle Whores, Quizzy McGuire, Lockdown Girl Living in Red Zone World, I like that. Bass Clarinet Olivia Sucks, Cloves Clan, It's All Zoom and Gloom, that's a great name. That might be my favorite of the night. Zooper Bunch, A Coupla of Friends, Nick Cage and Ginger Spice, we're getting deep here. The B Sharps, The Cool Dudes, The Jenna Uses, Trivia Lassies, the popular traditional dashi-based drink that originated in the Indian subcontinent, Rudy's Hair Dye in the Ointment, Vertriellers, Livin' Covita Loca, Team Awesome, Patio Lantern and the Space Heaters, that's pretty good too, Kung Fu, The Lockdown Continues, Werewolf Bar Mitzvah, Hey Mackay, spelled wrong by the way, can you just make up a long name for us? It's been a long week / pandemic, so we'd appreciate it if you just ad-lib something here, a long team name. Four Seasons Landscaping, now selling hair dye, Jackie Channing Tatum, and Sorry for the Wait. Those are the 60 teams playing tonight. Well done. That is a long list of trivia competitors, and many of you are obviously doing very well early into this round. What's going on in the chat? I haven't checked that in a bit. More fun than a Sudbury Saturday night. Stomp and Tom Connors would disagree, but I appreciate the sentiment. People are disputing my Imam versus Muezzin. Listen, I will not. It is not my culture, and I will not step over. If you feel that it is the correct answer, I'm not going to tell you not to give yourself a point for it. I do not want to. I don't have a big enough following to justify getting canceled. So please, if honestly, if you feel like it's worth a point, please give it to yourselves. All right, those are the teams. Welcome to all teams playing tonight. If you were wondering what the average score after the first round of play is, the average score in round number 1 was 6. The average score in round number 2, which was the question about Olympic medals, was, people did quite well in this round, 7. That's a very high score for a 10, the 10 round. All right, moving on to round number 3, which is another round of things I think you should know, 10 more general knowledge trivia questions. And keep in mind, we are still have the poll open for another couple minutes in the what should round 5 be. Before and after still leading by a pretty impressive margin, but you know, as we know, it's not over till even after it's over, it's still not over. All right, I'm gonna move on to, oh, and I should tell you as well, you're playing tonight for Steam Whistle gift certificates, which I still need to, this is by no means Steam Whistle's fault, it's my fault for not getting my shit together and getting them over here and then mailing them out to you, but that they are still coming. As well tonight, adding back a popular prize from the original round of Quizzing in Quarantine, which is 2 pounds of coffee from our friends at Reunion Coffee, located on Roncesvalles. The only caveat, which is a very fair caveat, especially because it's a lovely place to take a walk, you have to pick it up at Reunion Coffee, which is, as I mentioned, on Rotsey. So we'll be giving that prize out tonight. And thank you so much to all our friends at Reunion. They've been so supportive of their community and our community, and they make amazing coffee. So that's up for grabs tonight as well. All right. Yeah, I am certified. Well, this rogue website I found is hopefully going to certify it for me. All right, we're going to move on though to another round of things I think you should know. I'm going to need another IPA soon. Also, if anyone, I think during the pandemic, I've exhausted all local breweries, at least tried, not exhausted, but tried them all. If anyone has recommendations for new local breweries, including Fine Balance Brewing, now open in Kingston, Ontario, let me know, because I'd love to check out some new beer as we head into this long and dark winter. All right, here we go with our next round of random knowledge trivia. Question number 1. Here we go. History question. Which Israeli prime minister was assassinated on November 4th, 1995? Thank you for the recommendations. I'll go back and read them after. I'll some good suggestions coming in. Question number 1 again. Name the Israeli prime minister who was assassinated on November 4th, 1995. Question number 2. What common phrase in English literally means course of life in its native Italian? And I'll be honest, when I say common phrase, often when it's really used commonly, it's an acronym. But what phrase that we use in English literally means course of life in its native Latin? Question number 3. This is a hard-hitting question of great consequence. Of the 5 members of the Backstreet Boys, he is the oldest. Name him. It's been a long time since the Backstreet Boys were relevant, so I will accept just first name. You don't need to necessarily know, because I don't think I could. I just wrote down this person's first name, and I don't think I could remember his. Maybe I could. Anyway, name the member of the Backstreet Boys who, at the time of their popularity, was the oldest, and I believe would still be the oldest. Oh, Latin. Sorry, Ryan. Latin. Yeah, Italian's just spicy. Latin. No, the previous question number 2, I was wondering, the native language is Latin I was referring to. Question number 4, closer to home. In what Canadian province will you find towns named Vulcan, Frank, and Acme? In what Canadian province, which you only have 10 to choose from, you got a 10% chance of getting this right, even if you don't know. In what Canadian province will you find towns named Vulcan, Frank, and Acme? Question number, what are we at, 4? 5? Question number 5. Question number 5. Who was born Norma Jean Mortensen on June 1st, 1926? Question number 5. Who was born Norma Jean Mortensen on June 1st, 1926? Question number 6. I've been watching The Crown this week, and I fell into a deep rabbit hole about monarchies and the history of monarchies. And did you know that there are only 5 absolute monarchies left in the world? United Kingdom and the Commonwealth, Canada included, constitutional monarchy, meaning the sovereign serves at the pleasure of the people because it's a legal document that gives that sovereign the right to reign. But there are still 5 absolute monarchies in the world. You have to name one of them. If you name 2 or more, you'll get a bonus point. Name one of the 5 absolute monarchies left in the world. Name more than one, and you'll get a bonus point. Question number 7. In the dugout for a total of 902 games, he managed the Blue Jays for more games than any other manager in the team's history. Who is he? Question number 7. In the dugout for a total of 902 games, he managed the Blue Jays for more games than any other manager in the team's history. Who is he? Question number 8. How many feature-length Harry Potter movies have there been? I'm not saying this answer is or isn't reflective of the book series, but specifically you have to answer how many feature-length Harry Potter movies have there been? Question number 9, things I think you should know. Opened in September 1957, this is the oldest stadium still in use by an NFL team. Every other stadium has been built more recently than 1957. But this stadium, and just because I'm in an aggressive mood, you have to name the stadium, not just the team or the city. But opened in 1957, this is the oldest stadium still in use by an NFL team. And finally, number 10 is a geography question. You might want to write this down, maybe even draw a little map. Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Paraguay, and Peru all border what other South American country? Question number 10. Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Paraguay, and Peru all border what other South American country? All right, those are the 10 questions that make up round number 3. I will repeat each question one more time. I will take a look at these questions too that are coming in on the chat in case I'm missing some clarity. On the Harry Potter question, no creatures. Does Harry Potter need to be in the Harry Potter book? You're asking me a lot of Harry Potter questions that I can't answer. These are all Harry Potter feature films. Does that movie, does Harry Potter need to be in the Harry Potter movie? No, I don't think necessarily, but it needs to be a Harry Potter, like it needs to be part of the Harry Potter series of movies. Like I'm going to guess if you looked on some rogue internet site, you could probably find some sort of amateur, kinky, weird shit that involves Harry Potter's likeness. These are like feature-length films made by the rights holders to the Harry Potter franchise, if that makes sense. Yeah, exactly. It needs to be one of the 12 Harry Potter movies. Right on. All right, going back, I'm going to read these questions one more time before we move on to the next round. Here we go. Question number 1. Name the Israeli prime minister who was assassinated on November 4th, 1995. Dave, I hope that gets made into a movie one day. Question number 2. What common phrase in English literally means course of life in its native Latin? Number 3, of the 5 members of the Backstreet Boys, he is the oldest. Name him. Question number 4, in what Canadian province will you find towns named Vulcan, Frank, and Acme? Question number 5, who was born Norma Jean Mortensen on June 1st, 1926? Question number 6, there are 5 absolute monarchies in existence in the world right now. Name one of them. If you name more than one correctly, you'll get a bonus point. Question number 7, in the dugout for a total of 902 games, he managed the Toronto Blue Jays for more games than any other manager in the franchise and the team's history. Who is he? Number 8, how many feature-length Harry Potter films are there, or have there been? I should have known that asking questions about topics that are super nerdy just ends up being complicated and divisive. Question number 9, opened in September of 1957. This is the oldest stadium that is still in use by an NFL team. And finally, question number 10, Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Paraguay, and Peru all border what South American country? Best of luck on those questions. As you wrap those up, I will share with you a document that is going to form the foundation of round number 4. Again, with these rounds that I take chances on, some of you will probably like this round, others will hate it. I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see what the jury has to say. What I'm going to do, though, is make sure I don't make my fatal mistake of keeping this locked unrestricted. Anyone with the link can view it. Copy the link. All right, I'm going to give you another, let's say 7 minutes on this one, because I need to get a beer and maybe pee. But 7 minutes to complete this. And actually, there are 12 points up for grabs in this round. And there are going to be 12 photos. I know I promised that we wouldn't really focus on COVID at all, and this just is kind of, COVID adjacent in a way. But I thought it might be fun. So as I add this to the chat, you're going to have 7 minutes. Yes, I will mute. Great idea. Thank you. Made that mistake during a Zoom call at work. Here you go. You have 7 minutes to name these 12 mask-wearing celebrities. You only get to see the parts of their face that are not covered by a mask. So there you go. 7 minutes on the clock. I'll put it on the clock now. Seven minutes. Best of luck. Well, thanks, Stephen. I got one thumbs up. There we go. 2 minutes, exactly 2 minutes left in this round to name the 12 mask-wearing celebrities contained in that PDF that I shared. Twenty seconds left. 20 seconds left in this round. All right, that is time to put down your writing utensils and get ready to take up the answers from rounds 3 and rounds 4. While we do that, I'm going to introduce the next IPA. I visited this brewery recently. It's up in Uxbridge, just north of Toronto, in York region, I believe, which means that they can still have people on their patio to drink their Three Rocks IPA. I haven't had this since I've been there because I've been trying to do my Sober November, but F that S. But I did. They have a really nice little patio, a little nice brewery, and if you're into trains, their patio is located right next to the Uxbridge Train Museum. There's a bunch of old trains that they have collected in this rail yard, and you can walk amongst them, and it's a neat spot to be. So check it out. Market Brewing in Newmarket. Okay, gotta check that out. Uxbridge is in Scugog. I'm pretty sure Uxbridge though is still in York region. Scugog, I know Lake Scugog. I don't think Scugog's a region. Oh, you might be. Oh, it's in Durham. We're both maybe wrong. Yeah, Durham region, which also is not in gray zone, so you can still go and enjoy. The brewery's actually not called Three Rocks. The brewery's called Second Wedge Brewing Company, Uxbridge. Second Wedge. Anyway, I digress. Here we go. Here are the answers to the third round of trivia, things I think you should know. Number 1, the name of the Israeli prime minister who was assassinated back in 1995. His name was Itzhak Rabin. Itzhak Rabin. Number 2, what common phrase in English literally means course of life in its native Latin? More commonly, we probably call it a resume or a CV, but the phrase is curriculum vitae, CV. Question number 3, of the 5 Backstreet Boys, he is the oldest. He was born in 1971, and his name is Kevin. Is it McLean? Is that his last name? No, I know a Kevin McLean. Kevin, I actually don't know his last name. I'm thinking of my buddy Kevin McLean. Anyway, whatever, Kevin something is the oldest Backstreet Boy. Kevin Richardson, is that it? Sure, I'll trust you on that. McAllister, I wish it was that. Richardson sounds right, though. All right. Question number 4. In what Canadian province will you find towns named Vulcan, Frank, and Acme? That province would be, I think we have someone joining us from this province tonight, Alberta. If you've never heard the history of the Frank Slide or heard the song from rural Alberta Advantage called Frank, Alberta, that crazy history and crazy event that happened in that town about an hour and a half south of Calgary back in the early 1900s, I believe. Frank, Alberta, check out the history. Anyway, question number 5. Who was born Norma Jean Mortensen on June 1st, 1926? That would be Marilyn Monroe. You might remember the line, "Goodbye, Norma Jean," from the original version of Candle in the Wind. Question number 6. I didn't really write this down. I was in my, I had to look this up again. I know there are 5 because I looked it up last night, but then I didn't write them all down. So the 5 absolute monarchies that are in existence right now are Brunei, Oman, what we know or used to know as Swaziland, which is now the Kingdom of Eswatini. The Vatican is technically considered an absolute monarchy. The one that you probably might have gotten if you knew the answer to, or if you thought you knew the answer to this, is Saudi Arabia. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is the largest and probably the most prominent and powerful absolute monarchy. I will accept, just because it's considered a de facto absolute monarchy, I will accept Qatar. So if you had Brunei, Oman, the Vatican, Swaziland or Eswatini, Saudi Arabia, or Qatar, you get a point. If you had 2 of those, you get 2 points, but no more than 2 points. You could have had all 5 and you still only get 2 points. Got it? Question number 7. In the dugout for a total of 902 games, he managed the Jays, the Toronto Blue Jays, for more games, for longer time than any other manager in the franchise's history. He was around a lot when I was a kid, and obviously when the Jays won their historic World Series wins back-to-back. Cito Gaston. Question number 8. How many feature-length Harry Potter movies have there been? I already regret asking this question, but the answer is 8. 8. Larry Baseball, incorrect. Question number 9. Abdullah, I see your answer. I'll go back and check that because I actually fear you might be right. But question number 9 was this. Opened in 1957, this is the oldest stadium still in use by an NFL team. Lambeau Field, which is home to the Green Bay Packers in Wisconsin. Lambeau Field is the answer to question number 9. And finally, question number 10. Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Paraguay, and Peru all border what South American country? There are only 12 countries on that continent, and I named 5 of them. So maybe you were able to narrow it down to Bolivia. If you did, you get a point because that's the correct answer. You might be right, Abdullah. John Gibbons, who is no longer the manager, but Jay's manager. Let's just see. Because it's not just years, it's how many games is I would John Gibbons is correct. For the purposes of this round, I'll say also correct. If you want to know a little secret, Quizzing in Quarantine is really delving into the archives of drinking and thinking. So I wish I had the time to go back and research and write all brand new questions. Well, frankly, I do have the time. I just don't, because this is a volunteer gig, I just go back and re-ask old questions. So some of these I try to update in terms of dates if there's things I don't think are necessarily relevant. Should have Googled the Cito Gaston one because I did know that Gibbons had unseated him as the longest manager in franchise history. So I'll accept Cito Gaston or Gibbons. All right. Oh, now only Cito? Are we? Oh, we're tripping this. Listen, Jacob, you're the moderator. You figure this out and get back to me. You're in charge of this question. While I move on to something a little more definitive, which is the picture round, the masks. I haven't even poured my beer yet. All right, on to round number 4, which is the mask round. Not sure what you guys thought of this. If you liked it, let me know, because there are lots of, as I learned yesterday when I composed this round, there are lots of examples of celebrities wearing masks. Here we go. The 12. Yeah, we're only accepting Cito. Okay. Jacob's vote is in, only Cito. They loved it. Okay, good. People like this. Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't finished the answers. I apologize. My God. The last question. Oh, I think I did. Bolivia was the South American question. South American. Jordy, good point. Maybe more sunglasses. There were more. Some of them were really tough because celebrities sometimes, obviously don't want to be recognized. All right, here we go. Here are the celebrities contained in that round. Number 1, Katie Holmes. Number 2, and this is top left over and then as if you're reading. Number 2, Jessica Alba. Number 3, Jennifer Hudson. Number 4, Jennifer Lawrence. Number 5, Mindy Kaling. Number 6, Reese Witherspoon. Number 7, I think this was somewhat tough. I don't think this guy's sort of been out of the mix a bit. Number 7, Patrick Dempsey. Number 8, Jennifer. I don't know, I have Jennifer Lawrence twice on this list. I'll have to go back and check. I'll skip number. Let me open it up for a second, guys. This is why IPAs are probably a bad idea for drinking and thinking. I was onto something with not. Let's see here. Who did I have there? Oh, sorry. Number 4 is Jennifer Lopez. Number 4 is Jennifer Lopez, and number 8 is Jennifer Lawrence. Too many Jennifers, and I have very messy writing, and so I just wrote Jennifer L. Jennifer Lopez, number 4. Jennifer Lawrence, number 8. Number 9 is Amy Adams. Number 10 is Janelle Monáe. Number 11 is Sarah Jessica Parker. And number 12, I thought that number 12 was kind of tough because he's far away and wearing sunglasses. Anyone get number 12? If you're confident, here's your moment to shine. Well done, Dwayne Wade. It is Dwayne Wade. Well done. Again, I'll run through that list really quickly if you're wondering. Katie Holmes, Jessica Alba, Jennifer Hudson, Jennifer Lopez, Mindy Kaling, Reese Witherspoon, Patrick Dempsey, Jennifer Lawrence, Amy Adams, Janelle Monáe, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Dwayne Wade. I'll do Colin Mochrie next time. I could probably just call Colin Mochrie and ask him to take a photo of himself wearing a mask. That's no reflection on my connection to Colin Mochrie. It's more probably just the nice guy Colin Mochrie is, and the fact that he just lives in Leaside. Number 10, Lark Voorhees from, maybe years and years ago. I think she's aged a little bit. You're thinking of Lark Voorhees, who played Lisa on Saved by the Bell. All right. Colin Mochrie, yeah. All right, those are rounds 3 and rounds 4. I encourage you now, if you haven't done so, please head to the Google Doc and input your scores from rounds 3 and rounds 4. And we will move on to our final 2 rounds of the night, which, if I do a final check on our straw poll, is fairly resoundingly with 61% of the votes before and after. 77 of you, of the 119 people viewing, exercised your right to vote, which is frankly around what we see in terms of apathy when it comes to the voting population in most modern democracies. So we're right on point. All right, which means we will do a before and after round, which I'm going to apologize to those people who are unfamiliar with this round. It can be a little complicated. It can be a little cryptic, pretty freaking nerdy. But so if you hate this round, bear with us, because the final round of the night is a Final Jeopardy round, which is a lot more conventional and a lot more straightforward. So I should do a better job of upselling. There were eight Harry Potter films. Yeah, thanks, Graham. All right. Before and afters. Gotta get them here. So here's how this, and I'm not gonna go easy on you guys because you asked for it, but here's how this works. I'm gonna read a clue. The clue is gonna contain reference to 2 different answers, and you have to find the adjoining letters or word that link those 2 answers together. So if I said something like, the star of Mission Impossible rides a heat-seeking weapon, the answer would be Tom Cruise missile. If I said something like, you know, now I'm trying to think of something, a good one. Oh, I often do this one, and it shouts out. No, I'm not. Okay, fine, I'll do it. A popular or formerly popular restaurant app is co-owned by, no, Nicole Kidman's husband owns a formerly popular restaurant app. The answer might be Keith Urban Spoon. Or if I said something like, Snow White 7 Dwarfs hum this tune as they head off to work at this popular Toronto brewery, the answer would be Steam Whistle While You Work. I'm a little rusty on these. I've not read them in a while. I know, Kathy, it's ridiculous. I probably, honestly, in the 5 years that I have hosted Drinking and Thinking, I've probably written, let's say roughly I do like 45 weeks a year, 10 questions, so that's 450 before and afters a year times 5. Like I'm looking at like more than, well over 1,000 before and afters I've written. Does that math work out? And yet I still can't think of them. Luckily, I have a bunch written down. Here we go. This concludes the examples. These are tough ones, so best of luck. These are hard. Here we go. Number 1. During a candid conversation with her sister Kate, this actress admits that her dream is to star in a remake of a 1976 Dustin Hoffman, Laurence Olivier classic. Again, number 1. During a candid conversation with her sister Kate, this actress admits that her dream is to star in a remake of a 1976 Dustin Hoffman, Laurence Olivier classic. Question number 2. textable graphic is created to honor the choosing of a new pope? Again, a textable graphic is created to honor the choosing of a new pope. Question number 3. A 1998 film starring Robin Williams and Cuba Gooding Jr. gets remade, this time with a soundtrack exclusively from Dexy's Midnight Runners. Question again, 1998 film starring Robin Williams and Cuba Gooding Jr. gets remade, this time with a soundtrack exclusively by Dexy's Midnight Runners. This is a tough one. Question number 4. Lord's Prayer line that cautions against watching this salacious tropical reality show that aired from 2001 until 2003. Ugh. Again, question number 4, before and after. Lord's Prayer line that cautions against watching this salacious tropical reality show that aired from 2001 until 2003. Question number 5, before and after. The object at the center of so many family fights meets the 3 little buttons that make all your computer problems go away. Question again for number 5 is, the object at the center of so many family fights meets the 3 little buttons that make all your computer problems go away. Here's question number 6. The 7th most popular website on the internet has a case of the runs. Again, number 6. The 7th most popular website on the internet has a case of the runs. Question number 7, before and after. Eating a Whopper between 1998 and 2007 with Kevin James and Leah Remini. Again, question number 7, before and after. Eating a Whopper between 1998 and 2007 with Kevin James and Leah Remini. Question number 8, before and after. The first day of Lent as observed by Morticia's daughter. Question number 8, the first day of Lent as observed by Morticia's daughter. Question number 9, before and after. Velma, Shaggy, Daphne, and Lauryn Hill. Again, number 9. Velma, Shaggy, Daphne, and Lauryn Hill. Question number 10, the final question in the before and after round. She ran for vice president in the year 2008. She also forgets everything she's ever told. Question number 10. She ran for vice president in the year 2008. She also forgets everything she's ever told. Those are the 10 before and afters. They take a while to read, so I won't. I'll take a quick ask of the chat group. Should I read them again one more time, or do we just move on? No. Kathy says no. Okay, we got 1 no, 1 read. Whoever says yes, whoever weighs in. Oh, yes, please. Okay. Okay, I'll do it again. We got consensus. Here we go. I'll do it quickly. Kathy, you're too good at these. Here we go. Number 1. During a candid conversation with her sister Kate, this actress admits that her dream is to star in a remake of a 1976 Dustin Hoffman, Laurence Olivier classic. Number 2, a new textable graphic is created to honor the choosing of a new pope. Before and after, number 3. A 1998 film starring Robin Williams and Cuba Gooding Jr. gets remade, this time with a soundtrack exclusively by Dexy's Midnight Runners. Question number 4. A Lord's Prayer line that cautions against watching this salacious tropical reality show that aired from 2001 till 2003. Question number 5. The object at the center of so many family fights meets the 3 little buttons that can make all your computer problems go away. Question number 6. The 7th most popular website on the internet has a case of the runs. Question number 7. Eating a Whopper between 1998 and 2007 with Kevin James and Leah Remini. Wait, did I do 8 or did I miss? How does that work? Did I only do not? I might have messed up. Did I not do? I can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I only did I only do 9? I did 10. What other one did I do? Which one did I miss? Okay, I'll read. I don't know how I did this. You guys will figure out which one I left off. Number 9, Velma, Shaggy, Daphne, and Lauryn Hill. And finally, she ran for vice president in 2008. She also forgets everything she's ever been told. Yeah, I got the. I don't know. Okay, if I did 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm okay. Somehow, you'll have to help me then when I this is not making sense to me. Oh yeah, the Morticia one. Thank you. Great. Yes. There we go. I missed that. This was number 8. I'll just read one more time. The first day of Lent was as observed by Morticia's daughter. All right. Those are the before and after questions. I will now move on to the final Jeopardy round, which is the final round of the night, which tonight is a retro throwback. So best of luck. It's going way back into the year 1999, just before the turn of the millennium. So keep in mind that anything that has happened in human history since 1999 cannot be included in these answers. Just keep that in mind. I will read the category and the question twice, and then once at the end of the round, and that is all. Here we go. Number 1, the category, pass the duchy. And in brackets, you need to know the country, territory, dominion ruled by a duke or duchess. The clue, the name of this partner of Bosnia means independent duchy. Category again is pass the duchy, and the clue, the name of this partner of Bosnia means independent duchy. Question number 2, the category, that year's headline. Oh, this is quite fitting, sadly. The clue, Jeopardy returns. Alex Trebek hosts. Basically, what year did Alex Trebek begin hosting Jeopardy is the question. The clue again is that year's headline, and the clue, Jeopardy returns. Alex Trebek hosts. The date, Nicole, is 1999, July 14th, 1999. R.I.P. Alex Trebek, indeed. Question number 3, the category, bird words and phrases. The clue, when forced to admit a mistake, you have to eat this bird, which is far from appetizing. Question number 3, again, the category, bird, words, and phrases. And the clue, when forced to admit a mistake, you have to, quote, eat this bird, which is far from appetizing. Question number 4, the category, breakfast menu. The clue, Craig Claiborne says, quote, breakfast in the South without this side dish, quote, borders on the unthinkable. Question number 4, the category is breakfast menu, and the clue, Craig Claiborne says, quote, breakfast in the South without this dish borders on the unthinkable. Question number 5, the category, a little game of cards. The clue, in Vegas casinos, the 8 decks used to play Baccarat are held and dealt from a really big one of these. Category again is a little game of cards, a little game of cards, and the clue, in Vegas casinos In Vegas casinos, the 8 decks used to play Baccarat are held and dealt from a really big one of these. Question number 6, the category, contemporary authors. The clue, among the items that have been sold on her website are a Coven Party fan and Lestat cologne and wine. Question number 6, the category is contemporary authors, and the clue, among the items that have been sold on her website are a Coven Party fan and Lestat cologne and wine. Question number 7, the category, quotations. The clue, John Adams wrote of this 1773 event, quote, there is a dignity, a majesty in this last effort of the patriots that I greatly admire. Question number 7 again, the category is quotations, and the clue, John Adams wrote of this 1773 event, there is a dignity, a majesty in this last effort of the patriots that I greatly admire. Question number 8, the category, the cinema. The clue, How Green Was My Valley won a Best Picture Oscar for this year, the same year Citizen Kane was released. The category again is the cinema, and the clue, How Green Was My Valley won a Best Picture Oscar for this year, the same year Citizen Kane was released. Question number 9, the category, grants and lees. The answers in this category were either involved the word grant or the word lee. The clue, in a high-round draft choice in 1994, the Pistons picked up steam with the addition of this player. Question number 9 again, the category is grants and leaves, and the clue, in a high-round draft choice in 1994, the Pistons picked up steam with the addition of this player. Question number 10, the category, historic geography. The clue, until 1972, this was the name of the Indian Ocean island whose current name means resplendent island, resplendent land. Category again is historic geography, and the clue, until 1972, this was the name of the Indian Ocean island whose current name means resplendent land. And finally, category for Final Jeopardy on this night in 1999 was state government. And the clue, with only 49, this state's government has the fewest legislators. It's a very nerdy American political question, but if you narrow it down, you might be able to take a stab in the dark. Again, the category is state government, and the clue, with only 49, this state's government has the fewest legislators. All right, I will quickly go back and recap the questions in this round before we take up the answers. This is your final chance to hear them. Question number 1, the category, pass the duchy. The clue, the name of this partner of Bosnia means independent duchy. Number 2, the category, that year's headline rather. The clue, Jeopardy returns, Alex Trebek hosts. Question number 3, the category, bird words and phrases. Bird words and phrases. The clue, when forced to admit a mistake, you have to eat this bird, which is far from appetizing. Question number 4, the category, breakfast menu. The clue, Craig Claiborne says, quote, breakfast in the South without this dish borders on the unthinkable. Question number 5, the category, a little game of cards. The clue, in Vegas casinos, the 8 decks used to play Baccarat are held and dealt from a really big one of these. Question number 6, category, contemporary authors. The clue, among the items that have been sold on her website are a Coven Party fan and Lestat cologne and wine. Question number 7, the category, quotations. The clue, John Adams wrote of this 1773 event, quote, there is a dignity, a majesty in this last effort of the patriots that I greatly admire. Question number 8, the category, the cinema. The clue, How Green Was My Valley won a Best Picture Oscar for this year. The same year, Citizen Kane was released. Question number 9, the category, grants and lees. The clue, in a high round draft choice in 1994, the Pistons picked up steam with the addition of this player. Question number 10, the category, historic geography. The clue, until 1972, this was the name of the Indian Ocean island whose current name means resplendent island, resplendent land. And finally, the Final Jeopardy category, state government. The clue, with only 49, this state's government has the fewest legislators. All right, I encourage you now to put down your pens and pencils, and we will take up the answers from the first round of this cohort, which is the before and after round. Again, you get a single point for every correct answer. Normally, when we play Drinking and Thinking in person, I allow people to chirp and throw out extra answers. Well, maybe I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to be a little not as welcoming of your out of left field ideas, just because it's kind of difficult to judge on the chat, but we'll see. Man, it's amazing what a 6% beer will do to you after not drinking for a couple weeks. Holy. Oh, all right. Sure. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Here we go. Question number 1, I asked, during a candid conversation with her sister Kate, this actress admits that her dream is to star in a remake of a 1976 Hoffman and Olivier classic. If you know who Kate's sister is and you know that film, you might have gotten Rooney Marathon Man. Rooney Mara and the film Marathon Man combining. Rooney Marathon Man. Number 2, a textable graphic is created to honor the choosing of a new pope. The textable graphic I was thinking of was a emoticon And if you got that, you might have gotten a conclave. A conclave being the event that is held in order to choose a new pope. I'm going to put my chat on here so I can see it. Let's see here. There we go. Are you in discussions for a new trivia location after all the COVID crowds wrap up? Oh, I'll get to that. Yeah, I'd love to be back in person, but I think that's a long time to come. Number 3, 1998 film starring Robin Williams and Cuba Gooding Jr. gets remade, this time with a soundtrack exclusively from the Dexys Midnight Runners. They are a quintessential one-hit wonder band. You probably know their song. If you did, you probably would have gotten the answer, What Dreams May Come on Eileen? Someone referred to me as being naughty for including this question, but keep in mind, the answer is what dreams may come on Eileen. If you're thinking of another word, you need to get your head out of the gutter. Question number 4, Lord's prayer line that cautions against watching this salacious tropical reality show that aired from 2001 to 2003. The answer, and deliver us not into temptation island. I am proud of myself for that question, for that Dexys Midnight Runner question. But yeah, deliver us not into temptation island is the answer for question number 4. Question number 5, the object at the center of so many family fights means the 3 little buttons that can make all your computer problems go away. The answer for that, remote control alt delete. Yeah, lead us not into temptation island. I'll accept that. Lead us up, not into temptation. In fact, that's how I think I know Lord's Prayer. I'm not sure why I have deliver us not unto. Yeah, lead us all not into temptation island. That works. Question number 6. The 7th most popular website in the world, one that I use a lot in preparation for this evening, has a case of the runs. The answer, Wikipedia. Wikipedia and diarrhea combined. Wikipedia. Birth control alt delete. The object. Oh, that's interesting. You know what, Michael? I will accept that. That is edgy. Gun control alt delete. Okay, I'll accept that too. Parental control alt delete. Yeah. I'll accept that. Wikipedia out of my bum. Does that count? I'm not sure. I'm not sure where we're going with that. WikiLeaks. That's really funny. I like WikiLeaks. If you got WikiLeaks, I'll just give you a point because that's hilarious. Wikipedia out of my bum, I'm not going to accept. See, this is why we descend into chaos when this happens. All right. Number 7. I think we have cleaner ones coming. Number 7, eating a Whopper between 1997 or between 1998 and 2007 with Kevin James and Leah Remini. The answer, Burger King of Queens. Logan, I won't accept one of your diarrhea because the spelling is off. Wikipedia out of my bum. That is weird. I don't know where you guys got that. Yeah, this is. I do think this night goes better when I'm sober, though it's less fun. All right, next question. The first day of Lent, as observed by Morticia's daughter. If you know Morticia from the Addams Family, you might have gotten, and you know your religion, Ash Wednesday Adams. Ash Wednesday Adams. For number 8. Number 9, Velma, Shaggy, Daphne, and Lauryn Hill. The answer, Scooby-Doo, Wop, That Thing. That was the big, one of the big hits from Lauryn Hill early off that Miseducation album. What a great album, my God. Scooby-Doo Wop is the answer to question number 9. And finally, question number 10, after running for vice president in 2008, she now forgets everything she's ever been told. The answer, Sarah Palin, one ear and out the other. Got it? Sarah Palin, one ear out the other. Forgetting Sarah Palin. I probably wish, well, the world would be better if we could just forget Sarah Palin. It is getting warm, Ryan. You're not wrong. I got to drink it faster. You guys are keeping me busy. All right. On to the Jeopardy round, right? We're all good with that? You're right. It is only 2 letters. Gord, wow. Weighing in. I know it is 2 letters. I broke my own rule. I didn't realize it until now. I fucked up, but I'm allowed. I did break the 3-letter rule. Wow, you guys do not easily forgive or forget. All right, moving on to Final Jeopardy, which again you can't chirp or you can't go rogue on because they are obviously not written by me, but by smart and well-paid Jeopardy writers. Here we go. Past the duchy, the partner of Bosnia is Herzegovina. Herzegovina is the answer to question number 1. Number 2, the year that Alex Trebek took over as host of Jeopardy when Jeopardy returned. It had been on earlier in the 70s, I think. They took it off and then brought it back in the 80s. It was 1984. 1984. Number 3, bird, words, and phrases. If you are forced to eat this, you're admitting a mistake. Forced to eat crow. Crow is the answer. Number 4, breakfast menu. Breakfast in the South, what borders on the unthinkable? Grits. Grits. Number 5, a little game of cards. In Vegas, 8 decks are used to play baccarat, and they are held in a big shoe, like what you wear on your feet. I always thought it was shoot when I used to go to casinos in my university days, but it's shoe. Shoe. Number 6, contemporary authors. The author who on her website sells Coven Party Fans and Lestat Cologne and Wine would be Anne Rice. Writes about vampires and the like. Anne Rice is number 6. Number 7, quotations. What was John Adams talking about when he said there is a dignity and majesty in this last effort of the patriots that I greatly admire? He was talking about an event known as the Boston Tea Party. That is the answer, Boston Tea Party. Card holder does not count. No, you need shoe. S-H-O-U. Sorry, S-H-O-E. Number 8, the cinema. How Green Was My Valley won a Best Picture Oscar for this year, the same year that Citizen Kane won. That was in the year 1941. 1941. Number 9, Grants and Lees. Who was the high-round draft choice for the Pistons in 1994? It was Grant Hill. Grant Hill. Deck. Deck does not count. Shoe is the device that holds all the cards. Number 10. I should have done a pronouncer check on this every time I get caught up on it. Until 1972, this was the name of the island in the Indian Ocean, whose current name means resplendent land. We now know it as Sri Lanka. I think it was Ceylon or Ceylon. Ceylon? C-E-Y-L-O-N was what Sri Lanka was known as prior to 1972. And finally, the last question in the round, state government was the category. And the clue, with only 49, this state's government has the fewest legislators. It is not easy to guess, but maybe you did. It's Nebraska. Nebraska has fewer representatives in their state legislature than any other state, apparently. All right. Ceylon? Yeah. Ceylon? Ceylon. All right. Those are the Jeopardy questions. Those are the before and afters. You now have to take your scores and enter them into the Google Doc, and we will calculate who is going home or getting sent to their home, I should probably say, prizes. Ryan Dillon's drunk girlfriend demands an answer, and she's reached, oh God, she's in trouble. She's reached David Hasselhoff eating a burger drunk. What is she, Sarah Pay lingering memory loss. Lingering memory loss? No. Lingering memory loss is not a thing. It's just words she's put together. So I'm sorry that you have to now deal with this, because it sounds like she's got her Friday on right. But no, I will not accept pay lingering memory loss. Forgetting Sarah Palin. That's pretty funny, but it's not getting you a point. All right, you guys are really, this is descending into chaos. I am going to take a look at the scores, and then I'm going to call it a night, because you guys are getting, this is, I told myself this should never extend beyond 10 o'clock, and it's 9:58, so we got to get going. All right, hopefully you've all entered your scores for rounds 5 and round 6. If you have not, I'll give you a couple more seconds to do that. I don't think I gave the averages earlier for rounds 3 and rounds 4. The average for round 3, which if you remember was the second round of things I think you should know, the average was 7. Wow. Some of you guys are either super smart or super cheating. But either way, I'll take it. And round 4, which was the celebrity masks, that was 7 as well. The average for round 5, which was the before and afters, which is not an easy round, was 7? Really? I find that hard to believe. But listen, this might just be a gifted group. Or I'm not calculating my Excel spreadsheet correctly. And the average score for number 6, round 6, the Jeopardy round, was 6 out of a possible 11. All right, I will now calculate the scores. All right, some pretty impressive scores tonight. Let's see. Keep in mind, you have to have, in order to qualify for any prizes, you have to have completed scores for every round. So if you've only completed a couple rounds, you won't be eligible for both the penultimate, which is our second last prize, or obviously the lead prizes. So as I mentioned, just as we get set to reveal the scores of the night, and obviously, you know, want to thank everyone for making the effort tonight to join us in this forum. Next week is our last week of the current stint of quizzing in quarantine, but I do have some good news about a big event happening in December and maybe some other stuff to come. So I hope that if you've enjoyed tonight, that you guys will follow and subscribe to this channel. I know I say it every week, but the more subscribers we get, the more likely I can continue this in the new year if I get some, some support from some third-party folks. So please, if you have not subscribed, please do. And I encourage you, even if you have friends who maybe, log on or watch with others, like I encourage everybody to subscribe or get as many subscribers as we can, because it'll all help us hopefully in the long run. And please tune in next week, because we'll have some special announcements. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that button right just down to the next, beneath you, whatever the kids on the internet say. All right, here we go. Again, we had how many teams? An exception. We had over 65 teams playing tonight, which is incredible. Thank you so much, everybody who made the effort. And as I said, we have great prizes: 12 packs of beer from Steam Whistle, which I'm just have to get my act together and get the gift certificates, at which point I will mail them out to the teams that have previously won and the teams that are winning tonight, including these two teams who tied for the penultimate prize. They came in second last, but that is they had very good scores, so nothing to be ashamed of. And they are now battling it out for a 12-pack of Steam Whistle. So if you are part of Big Brian Academy, Lockdown 2, Electric Boogaloo, or 469 Cashdale Mafia, you have about 30 seconds to answer this skill testing question. And if you get it right, you will, or are the closest to getting it right, you'll get the 12-pack of Steam Whistle. Let's do this. What question could I do? Oh, why don't I do this? Earlier in the night, I asked a question about towns that exist in Alberta. If you know the population of Alberta, guess the population down to the exact resident of Alberta, entered in the tiebreaker field if you were just on either Big Brian Academy or 469 Cashdale Mafia. Guess what you think the population of Alberta is. The team closest to the correct answer will get the 12-pack of Steam Whistle. Looking at the other opposite end of the leaderboard, I'm going to read out the teams that have come in the top 10. Congratulations to those teams. I should check if there's... So if you've won in the past, send me an email. You can email. I got to check my DrinkThinkTO email address more often. I'll check it later tonight. So send me a note, drinkthinkto@gmail.com, or message me on any of the socials, and I'll see those as well. I will share all the scores as well. I will share the points, Jessica. Any other questions? Oh, amazing. We got folks from Saskatchewan here. Lovely, beautiful part of the country. All right, starting with 10th place tonight. They had a score of 47. There are two teams tied for 10th place tonight. Those teams are, well, actually, they're the same team, I think. They're just being jerks. Jackie Channing Tatum and Sorry for the Wait. But they have, I know these email addresses, and I know they're both playing on the same team. So effectively, there's one team in 10th, and it's Jackie Channing Tatum. Congratulations. Very loyal supporters of Drinking and Thinking. In 9th place tonight, we have two teams tied for 9th. We have Rudy's Hair Dye in the Ointment. Congratulations to you. As well, we have Team Off Balance, who, by the way, I should note, during the night tonight, kindly offered to give away a gift certificate next week for Fine Balance Brewing, which is a brand new brewery opened in Kingston. Haven't tried their beer, admittedly, but I know their owners well, think very highly of them. I can only imagine it's going to be delicious. So we're going to be giving away a gift certificate to one of the newest and hottest breweries in the province next week, thanks to Fine Balance Brewing. So check them out on the internet, or wait till next week when you can win some prizes. 8th place tonight with a total of 52 points. We have two teams tied in 8th. We have Katrina and the Second Waves, aka Otrivia Munn. Plus, in 8th place, we have Tit Soup for the Quarantine Soul, coming to us, I believe, from Dundas, Ontario, if I'm not mistaken. Congratulations to those teams. In 7th place, 3 teams tied for 7th with a score of 53, just 1 point ahead of 8th. We have Dolly Parton for Secretary of State, Threat Level Midnight, and Kung Fu The Lockdown Continues, tied for 7th. A single team in 6th place tonight, 1 point ahead of 7th. With a score of 54, we have It's All Zoom and Gloom, who in my humble opinion win the team name award for the night. In fifth place tonight, 2 teams in fifth with the score of 55. We have first place team in brackets pending lawsuits in Georgia, Arizona, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. We also in fifth place have bass clarinet Olivia Sucks. In fourth place, we have, in fourth place, 3 teams tied for fourth, including A Case of the Mondays, Billy Ray Virus, and We Love Laura. Congratulations, your score of 56 earns you fourth place tonight. In third place tonight, we have 30 teams tied. We have COVID 69, we have You're a Quizzard Harry, and A Coupla of Friends tied in third place with 68. Luckily tonight, we have no runoffs in the second and first place. You guys, second place is, I'm proud to say, is getting 2 pounds of coffee from our friends at Reunion Coffee. Delicious, great coffee on Roncesvalles. Winners tonight, widespread voter fraud in the straw poll in second place. And in first place, this name is familiar to drinkers and thinkers from way back in the day. Good to see them back and doing well again tonight. Werewolf Bar Mitzvah in first place tonight with 62 points. Very impressive. You will be getting a 12-pack of Steam Whistle from our friends at Steam Whistle Brewery. That is it. Oh, no, it's not. Sorry, I've got to go back and hand out that penultimate prize. Let's make sure the tiebreaker has been submitted from our 2 teams that were tied for penultimate. We have a guess of 4.2 million and a guess of 2.5 million. The actual population of the province of Alberta is 4.3 million, meaning that Big Brian Academy, Lockdown 2, Electric Boogaloo, you are getting a 12-pack of Steam Whistle beer tonight. So congratulations. Thank you guys so much. My name is Mackay. It's such a pleasure to have something to do on a Friday night, and it's nice that I get to do that with you. So please send me an email or follow or suggest ideas or prizes. If you've got prizes you want to contribute, let me know, like our friends at Fine Balance Brewing. I look forward to seeing you guys all next week. Next week is the final November evening until we take we'll take a bit of a break after that, but with good news to come. And that is it. Oh, 10th place score. I think I did share that, Nicole, did I not? All right. Thanks again, everybody. Stay safe. Please respect the rules. Hopefully together we can overcome this bitch of a virus, or this, I shouldn't say that, but this jerk of a virus. And we will, I can't wait. Someone asked a question earlier about whether or not there will be an in-person drinking and thinking night after the pandemic is over. I certainly hope so. I really miss it. I miss seeing everybody every week. And if Clinton's is back up and running, that might be an option. I've also been able to strike up a great relationship with the folks who run a supermarket here in Toronto. We had one mid-pandemic night, which went well, but obviously can't be held again right now. So maybe supermarket's an option, but I really, like a lot of things, would like to return to normal like things were in the before times. So we'll see if that can happen. Ottawa, I would do an Ottawa night maybe once a month in a heartbeat. I'd come out to Ottawa. That's actually not a bad idea. I know a guy who's building a beautiful home there that has a guest bedroom. I could probably stay in one weekend a month and do an Ottawa version. Gonna go national, baby. All right, thank you. Thanks everybody for your support, and we will see you next week on Quizzing in Quarantine.